part of the class of 2020. This is my senior year, and this is not really how I expected it to go. Way back in the day, back in like kindergarten, we all got these little like cards which had our usernames and passwords for our computers, and the usernames were like your last name, first initial, and then the year you graduate. So for me, it was like my name, 20, because that was like 2020, the year we're supposed to graduate. So that was always kind of in the back of my mind. Like, whenever I logged onto a computer from that day forward to now, it's still the same username. I've always kind of looked at that and thought, 2020 is the big year. That's the year I graduate. That's the year my whole life changes. And it did change. I'll give it that. It's just I was looking forward to like having ball and the big graduation and skipping school, even doing all these crazy things, being basically an adult but not really there yet. But you've got some of the adult things, like you can drive. And I know that a lot of people in my class and even others in high school are feeling the same way. People who had big expectations for this year, and they're all just kind of being crushed very quickly. And don't get me wrong, like, we had some great moments this year. Like, we had homecoming, I can't think of everything. We had this big thing called Man Leaders, where back out here on this whole field, we had all the guys were doing the cheerleading, and the girls were doing the girls would play football, and it was like this. It's a really weird thing. I don't know if normal schools do it. Not that we're like a weird school or something, but that was like a ton of fun. Just having these big events and us all coming together as seniors and just doing something really big. But instead, we're all just sitting at home. Not much is getting done, and life just kind of sucks. And I feel like that might be hard for some people to like wrap their heads around, because like we just don't have a senior year. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I'm just not gonna have a senior year. Like, it's just gone. And I will say, like, we did have a pretty, like, we got, like, through 3/4, so, like, we got 3/4 of the way, but, like, all the big stuff is at the end when you're finally leaving high school. Like, the past 12 years of my life have been leading up to this moment where I finally leave, and now it's just kind of like, well, at least you don't have homework. I think most of us, if not all of us, would rather have homework and have to go to school and appreciate what we almost lost, but it does seem like it's kind of gone forever. Cuomo just came on today and told us that the schools are going to be closed for the rest of the year, so I guess that's it. I don't really know. It's just weird to be here. I feel like I was never really like a full senior. So, to my fellow seniors and to everyone else who's out of school or out of doing something they love, I really feel for you. Like, this is terrible, but especially I don't want to take away from the main issue here, and that's that people are dying and people are getting sick. And that is obviously the worst thing. Me losing my senior year or people being out of work is the least of the problems. It's just a little thing that just kind of sucks, you know? So to everybody who is directly affected by the virus, or maybe indirectly, maybe your family is dealing with it, maybe somebody has it in your family or a friend, I feel you. I don't understand completely, but I understand. I know that that's got to be very hard, and I'm not trying to be insensitive at all. And trust me, I totally get it. Like, you feel like you can't do anything, and you feel like there's no reason to do anything because you're just going to have more time tomorrow. And I can't even prove you wrong on that, because in some ways you're right. If you were somebody who's been trying to start a business, or you have an idea for something really big that you've wanted to do, or if you even just want to relax, or if you wanted to start reading books, or if you wanted to start painting, whatever it is, this is your time to do it. And you are 100% responsible for that. You're not at fault for being, obviously, in this pandemic, but it's your responsibility to make sure that you take something away from it and you take something out of this. And if you don't, that's your own fault. That's your own responsibility. And that's the thing, is if you are a part of the class of 2020, or you're in high school, or again, you're just missing out on something right now, realize that there has got to be something you can do that can make this better than whatever high school was supposed to be. Maybe you can do something now that will completely shape your career for the rest of your life. It's entirely possible, 100% possible. But if you don't even try to change something, if you don't even try to put some time into this, if you just spend all of your time on social media and YouTube and wasting it away, then you lost. And this really did steal something from you. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can make this something positive, and you can make this the blessing, the moment you've been waiting for. Why let it be a negative thing, and why let it take away from your life? There are reports that this could be going on for over a year. And although that's insanely scary, you've got to seize the day. You've got to take it in right now, and you've got to really do everything you've been meaning to do. Pursue different career paths. Talk to old friends. There's so much you can be doing right now, and for you to just waste it is honestly a disgrace, and that's entirely your fault. That's a lot of responsibility to put on a person, is that you have to make something of this time, but it's the truth, and if you waste it, it is your own fault. So put the effort in, at least give it your best shot, and make something of today.